Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I welcome you again in Flows Learning series. In today's video, I'm gonna discuss another business scenarios for Flows. This is quite a common scenario that you might find in your upcoming project or you might see in any Salesforce implementation. So the scenario is like this. Sales team is looking for a automation. So basically on closing the high value deal uh, on opportunities which are having more than 50K value, they want to send a thank you email to the primary contact. So this is the scenario. Let's understand what is the pre-work needed to achieve this automation. So pre-work is we need to create one email template. So normally we get email template from the business users. So but for the practice purpose, we will create our own and uh, and we and another thing that we need to identify our contact as primary. So in order to identify contact as primary, we need to create one checkbox field. So if that checkbox field is checked, so that means that contacts we can identify it as primary contact, or we can also create one pick list field, and we can put some values under that pick list like primary, secondary, or tertiary. If it is primary, then we can mark that contact as primary contact for that account. So I have already created one custom field that identified my contact as primary contact. So let me show you before I'll start with my flow. So let me jump onto my practice org. I have already opened my practice org. So here you can see the tab for email template, but normally you will not see on the sales app. So if in order to search for the email template object, you have to go to email template and look for email in the app search, and click on email template object. And first we will create email template for the email notification that we're gonna send to the customer. So basically the contacts associated with the account. Okay, so let's create email template first. Email, let's give any name, email for customer. I'll copy the same name in the description as well, and the related identity will be opportunity, as we will be using some merge field from the opportunity object, and we'll pick the folder as public folder, and uh, thank you. So just say thank you for your business. There, we highly appreciate your business. We have recently um, close close the deal. Here are the details. So here are the details. So now I will use merge field option. So from here you can merge field. So I will use opportunity name and amount. Mm. And again merge field, opportunity, amount, insert, regards, sales team. So this is our email template for the email notification. Excuse me. And now I wanted to show you. Okay, I'll just go on this opportunity and look for the account and related contact. So you can see that I have created one field whose name is level, and this is a picklist field, and I have given three options as primary, tertiary, and secondary. If the value is primary, that means this contact is identified as primary, and for the business requirement, each account should have one primary contact. So then only we will be able to send email notification to the primary contact. So I'll not do anything here, and I'll go on the setup and look for flows. So you can see flows homepage is already open, but if you have to search, you can go and click on flows here, and that will open the home page for you, and click on new flow. As you can see, here we have the option to create our flow: screen flow, record triggered flow, schedule triggered flow. So for our case, this is a record triggered flow. So we want to, send an email notification whenever we are, creating or updating the record. Okay, so the option will be record triggered flow. Now let's configure the start of our flow. So the object will gonna be opportunity object. So whenever the opportunity record is created or updated, we want to trigger this flow. Okay, so let's define the condition requirement for this flow. So yeah, so as per the business requirement, the amount should be greater than 50,000 in order to identify the high value deal. So this is 50,000, and add another condition, um, and we only want to, trigger this flow when the stage equals to closed one. Okay, so this is the criteria, and we want to trigger this flow only when a record is updated to meet the condition requirement. So that means if it qualifies this condition while creating the record or while creating the update, then only um, the trigger will fire for this flow. So, and we are optimizing the flow for actions and related records. So because we want to, you know we want to send an email, so here you can see the action is also specified here. So we want to send an email alert action after this criteria, right? So let me save my flow, and we'll name it as email. Okay, so always give meaningful name. Start with the object on which you are starting your flow. So in our case, opportunity is the object, and email notification to contact when amount is greater than 50K. Okay, so it justifies the flow, and anyone can understand by reading the label itself what is the purpose of the flow. So we are sending email notification to contact when amount is greater than 50K. So the last step, I want to show you last step because we'll use the reverse engineering uh, method in order to build our flow. So if you see the action, so we need two things: email template ID. So we can provide the hard coded email ID, but that is not the best practice. We'll fetch the email ID through get records and get records element, and also we need recipient ID. So we need to specify the contact ID, and it will use the contact ID. Flow will use the contact ID and send the email to that contact. Okay, so I will not you know, since we don't have uh, these information, first we have to get these information through get record element, and then we will, build this element later. So I just wanted to show you. So let's uh, get record element, and so with this get record element, we'll fetch the email template ID. Get email template ID. Get email template. So let's keep it email template and look for the email template object. So now we will have to specify the condition. So if you go onto the email template and select email or email, okay, and go to the, so I have Salesforce Inspector installed for this Chrome version, so you can also install Salesforce Inspector. If you have to look data, it's a easy option, and you can install it and use it. So I'm going for the show all data, so we'll be able to see all the fields. Okay. So we are interested in developer name, as this is a unique field for the template, email template. So we'll use this. So I'll just copy the value from here and go to my flow and look for the developer name field, and as the, okay, so our condition is specified. So it will, basically we are telling Salesforce flows get the email template whose developer name is equal to this, and store it in the value variable, and so we'll have this email template record in the variable. Okay, now, later on we can refer any field from this as object variable later. So let's save it. Okay, that's information is saved. And now we have to use another get record element in order to fetch the contact ID. Okay, get contact ID, say contact ID. So look for the contact object. Now we have to specify the condition here. So so get the contacts whose account ID is associated with the flow record variable. So we'll have to use record a global uh, record variable that says flows has created for the opportunity record. So and get and use the account ID field. So what we are telling, uh, get the contacts based on the account ID who's it with the opportunity object that has triggered the flow, right? And add another condition, we need to specify also, like get only the primary contacts, not the other contacts, right? So one account can have multiple contacts, and only one contact has a primary tagged under it. So let's select that field as well. So I have given my field label as level. So look for that field and specify the primary value as primary. Okay, so with this query, uh, we'll only get those contacts uh, which which are primary and associated with the uh, opportunity object, right? That has triggered the flow. And we are interested only in the first record, because only one record has primary, uh, primary, tagged as primary, and that will fetch in the variable only the first record, right? So let's choose this option and save it. Now we have to use our action element, and action is email, and we have to use send email, and email give any name, email notification to contact. Okay, so now email template ID. So now we are referring email template ID dynamically through get records, right? So dynamically we'll use the variable that flows has created automatically for us. Email template form get email template ID, sorry, get email template, and we'll use the ID format. Okay, just specify the email template ID. Okay, and the second thing that we have to mention here is recipient ID, that is mandatory. And what it says, you will read the information text here. The ID of a lead contact or person account to send the email to. If log email on send is included, then recipient ID is the ID of the record where the email is logged. If email template ID is included, then recipient ID is required. Okay, so use this option and look for the ID, contact ID. So we are done here. Related record, will specify related record. So related record is, we'll use the global record variable for the opportunity that Flow has created, and specify the opportunity ID here. And log email on send. So what it says, optional, indicates whether to log the email on the specified record. So we'll use this option. I'll show you. Uh, it will log the email on the record also, and default value is false, and the email is not logged. To log an email, you must specify the value in the recipient ID and related record ID. If log email on send is set true, it changes the API called by the action which can be, so we'll set it as true. Okay, so that means whenever the record trigger, whenever this flow will trigger, will the email will be logged to the record also, as well as we'll see the record in the email as well, right? Okay, okay, let me debug my flow and save it and debug it, and we'll skip the start condition. Okay, we'll see which opportunity I have to use. Okay, so this contract has okay, let me check the details. Sorry. So this contract has marked as primary, and Cardinal INC is the account name, and what's the opportunity name? Cardinal INC. We'll use Cardinal INC. Okay. Okay, and let me go on to debug and select Cardinal INC and start. Okay, our flow is completed and there are no errors, and we have skipped the start condition. So successfully found records, and get, sorry, Get contact ID also successfully found record, and send email. We have provided record ID, recipient ID, log email unsent true, get email template ID. So all outputs. So okay, and so our flow looks good. Let's activate it, and let me refresh this page. Okay, so what I will do, so we have one contact that is already marked as primary. I will use this opportunity test flow under it, and um, so I'll give 750,000 as the amount, and I will change the stage to close one, and that is the criteria that we have specified. And I'll save my record here. I have used the existing record. I have not created the new record. I have updated. I'm just updating the existing record. So our flow should work both in creation and updation while meeting the criteria, right? So record is saved. So let's see the activity, whether the email has been generated in the activity or not. So you can see the time today, and our email has generated. Hi there, we highly appreciate your business. We have recently closed the deal. Here are the details, test flows, and the merge fields are also coming here. I hope you understood how I build the flow. So you can also try in your practice org and see uh, how it is, working for you. And if you have any question related to this flow, or any question overall in flow, and you want to see any other business scenario, I'll be happy to assist you and build video onto that scenario.